I've overcome my fears in entrepreneurship because I love my family more than I love myself. Family is the most important thing in life to me, not just biological family, but my tribe for what it is. To me, money is only a means to an end. I don't care about money more than the pursuit of happiness itself. The reason why family is so important to me is because of my upbringing. I come from a broken home. My father was murdered when I was 4 years old. He was a part of the typical African-American drug game, a kingpin drug dealer. He was no Escobar, but he was definitely bigger than most of the drug dealers that had come from the Caribbean during the 80s. His lifestyle and death inflicted catastrophic damage upon our family. As a result, I endured many sad but typical events that most children of single mothers do. I made a promise to myself at a very young age to choose a very different path than my father, to be better to my family when I built one. It's been a rough journey to say the least. I'm not super rich, but I've at least ended the cycle, the self-destructive cycle from my specific bloodline. However, this has come at great cost and personal sacrifice. I've had to evolve as a character over the years, and changing oneself is always painful. All I need to do to overcome my fear to put myself out there is to think of my family, the new one I've built. When you love someone more than you love yourself, it becomes much easier to do things that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. The primary weaknesses that have held me back have not been my aptitude. It's been my introversion and social anxiety. How I've overcome these otherwise crippling weaknesses to my character have been by the following steps. 1, being honest with myself about what my weaknesses are. 2, being able to articulate exactly what my weaknesses are. 3, developing a style that allows me to accomplish my objective despite my weaknesses. And 4, forgiving myself for not being perfect with self-compassion. Being honest with myself has not been easy. It's required the relentless pursuit for constructive criticism and mentors with the willingness to feel pain upon my ego. Being able to articulate what my weaknesses are has been even harder. This has required the process of admitting to myself that I am not perfect. It's to take instructive criticism and to internalize it, then to articulate it with specificity to myself. A demonstration that I truly understand the nature of my weaknesses. This enables me to develop my own style. Style is what forms as the byproduct of balancing one's strengths and weaknesses during the process of accomplishing an objective. It's to say that, yes, I want to accomplish X, Y, and Z. Playing my strengths will help me get there. But it's in how you develop your own method of getting there, despite your weaknesses, is what forms your style. Then when I look back on a video I've made or a discussion I've had, of course, I see imperfections. At this point, I have to forgive myself for those imperfections because I'm human. I try to think of the next baby step I can take to improve. Sometimes I can't see what that baby step should be, so this requires me to seek constructive criticism. However, once I do understand what the next baby step of improvement could be, I make that step and carry on better than I was before. Even if the amount that I've improved is only by 1%, that's still an improvement. And getting even the slightest bit closer to your goal is always better than getting nowhere. The positive emotions that my family makes me feel serves as my fuel. My fuel turns into willpower as it's applied to accomplishing an objective for them. And my style develops naturally as a byproduct of the process of accomplishing that objective despite my weaknesses. Then I forgive myself, reflect, self-innovate from constructive criticism, and carry on. Over time, what occurs is the process of self-evolution. Keep this up for a year, 2 years, and so on. You look back and realize that you have completely leveled up throughout the process. Overcoming your fears is about first understanding why you are afraid to begin with. Confront it. Then understand why you've chosen to become an entrepreneur in the first place. Confront it. Hold on to your why, your reason for doing what it is that you do. If it's strong enough, you'll find the courage you need.